Welcome to this week's Word of Hope from the Scriptures. I'm Roxanne Eilers, and I'm here again at beautiful Palm Springs, California. And I'm at Rancho Las Palmas. And as you can see behind me, the gorgeous palm trees and the huge mountains, it's just beautiful. And it's very serene and peaceful around here. You can hear the birds. I would encourage you to come down and visit Palm Springs. Stay at one of the beautiful hotels. This is my hometown. Today I'm going to be talking about loving your enemies, but first I want to set the stage with an illustration that Jesus gave. Jesus said in Luke chapter 6 that there were two builders. The first builder heard the sayings of Jesus and put them into practice. He built his house upon a rock. The second builder heard the words of Jesus, but he didn't put them into practice, and he built his house upon the sand. Now, the wind, the rain, the floods came. The floods of adversity beat upon those homes, and the one who was built on a rock stood firm. The one who was built on the sand was washed away. What Jesus is saying is that when we do His Word, when we practice what He tells us to, we are building a strong, firm foundation in our Christian life. And when the winds of adversity come, we will stand firm and not be washed away or swept away. Now, what are some of those sayings that Jesus is talking about? Well, in Luke chapter 6, we're going to be looking at some of those sayings in the next couple weeks. And the one we're going to look at today is loving our enemies. Now, loving our enemies, Jesus sets up 4 descriptions of our enemies and then 4 responses, how we're supposed to respond. The first one is our enemy who hates us. He said, when your enemy hates you, love your enemy. You know, it's easy to love someone who loves you, but when we're asked to love someone who doesn't love us and who hates us, that takes God. So we're to love our enemy. The second one is those who use you and take advantage of you. Jesus says that you are to pray for them. They need our prayers because they are so self-centered. They need Christ. The third one is those that mistreat you. And Jesus says you're to do them good. You're to do good to them. And the last one is those who curse you. Those who curse you, you are to bless them. Sometimes you might be in your car driving and someone curses at you right out of the window. Well, you are to bless them. You are not to curse back. We are not to render evil for evil, but we are to overcome evil with good. Now, Jesus is saying that He wants us to bring the kingdom to these people that need it, to these people that have hate in their hearts. When they see the difference and the light of Christ in our lives, they are drawn to Jesus. Now, what Jesus isn't saying here, He isn't saying that you place yourself in an abusive situation where you endanger yourself spiritually, mentally, or physically. No. Jesus, he wants you to pray and ask. When you find yourself into a situation or with a person who is acting like an enemy, He wants you to ask, Lord, do you want me to bring the kingdom to this person? Or do you want me to move on? And God will show you, because our aim is to bring the kingdom. Now remember to love your enemies. Do good to those that use you. And remember, surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.